Hello everyone, Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is December 13th, and the moon is in Capricorn. I realize that this has come out rather late today, so I wanted to show you my face. It's been an intense couple of days with both the new moon in Sag, which happened yesterday, and Mercury stationing retrograde early this morning here on the East Coast. For some folk, it retrograded last night, but here on the East Coast, it retrograded around 2:01 a.m. Today we have the moon in Cap. The moon in Cap does make a trine to Jupiter today, which is nice. That's a nice combination. Brings support. We also have Mars making a semi-square to Pluto, and the Mars semi-square to Pluto is the last phase of this 8 phases between two planets, and Mars and Pluto is an important planetary combination because Pluto is our unconscious desires and Mars are our conscious desires. And when they come together every 2 years, Pluto, in the sign that it happens to be in, and in this case it's been in Capricorn since 2008, seeds Mars, and then Mars goes out and does its work to make our unconscious desires conscious. At the time of the last conjunction, and this is a biennial or a 2-year cycle, the last conjunction occurred on, I have it here, March 3rd, 2022. And let me share a chart with you. It's a little bit distracting because it's on my computer, but maybe you can see it. Here we have, this was the conjunction. It happened, I happened to do it for Wareham, but here's the conjunction between Pluto and Mars. So it's at 28 degrees of Capricorn. We also had Venus there. So Pluto conjoined Mars, and then shortly thereafter, Venus conjoined Mars, both in Capricorn. In fact, Mars and Venus had conjoined together before it reached Pluto, and then once they both went into Aquarius, they conjoined again. And so the energy of them was really an energy of starting a new cycle. And to look at the Sabian symbol for this degree, and it's 28 degrees of Capricorn. I will read it to you. But for those of you who follow me are going to be very familiar with this symbol. So I just need to I need to see past my phone. So excuse me a second. Not well thought out, guys. Not well thought out. Okay. All right. Let's see. 28 of Capricorn. A large aviary. The enjoyment of spiritual values by the soul able to familiarize itself with their implications. According to Dane Rudger, birds symbolize spiritual forces, and the aviary presents us with a picture of these forces or desires contained within a mind open to the light of psychic or soul realities and bringing joy and harmony to the consciousness. The strenuous ascent represented by the preceding scene changes into a picture of familiarity with inspiring experiences. Yet this familiarity may also suggest a lack of spontaneity and of a thrill of discovery. To use modern terms, the peak experience have become those of the high plateau, at which level one may lose one's sense of direction at times. This is the third stage of a sequence of phases, which leads to a group mastery of cosmic energies. The youthful effort to reach the summits of cultural and spiritual attainment has settled down into a complex state of inspiration, a state which at times may bring confusion because of the multiplicity of voices to which one has become open. One may speak here of clairaudience, meaning a capacity for being responsive to many inner voices. So this is about group mastery of cosmic energies. And what's interesting about this particular symbol and degree is this is the degree of the United States Pluto for the July 4th, 1776, so the Declaration of Independence chart. And it is the Pluto return of that chart that we're in the midst of. And so this theme comes up. Now we're at the last phase of the cycle, the last semi-square, where we move into the balsamic phase between these two. And the balsamic phase is all about extracting meaning. Now we will have another Mars-Pluto conjunction in 2024. I believe it's in Aquarius. So I believe it's at the first degree of Aquarius. So this is really the last time Mars and Pluto are ending a cycle together in the sign of Capricorn. And there's a couple of things about that. Pluto in Capricorn in the chart of the United States is also the military-industrial complex. And we are at a place where we are, in our government, our president is asking Congress to do its job and to give aid to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and now they want to include the border, which is a problem, but not because these people are particularly dangerous in the same way as, say, Putin or Hamas or Netanyahu, for that matter. But it's a broken system that's created that problem down there, and something that hasn't been taken care of for many, many years. So that's another story. But we come to this point where we're looking at not supporting a country that was invaded and supporting a country that's perpetrating war crimes. So this is a lot to have to take in, right? This is and the end of this year, it's been a difficult year for the most part, but the end of this year has been absolutely heart-wrenching and soul-wrenching. And I think that we need to look at these things from a different perspective and perhaps move away from the idea that conquest or conquering or taking what doesn't belong to us is okay. And as the most powerful country in the world, and this is our Pluto, and this is the extracting meaning from the cycle with Mars, it's a lot. It's a lot. So that's why I wanted to look at you guys face to face. And so this really is a time of taking everything that you've seen and everything that you've experienced and putting it in a context and finding the meaning within both your personal life. And this, a lot of this stuff doesn't apply personally to a lot of people. So where in your life does this apply? When we're dealing with Capricorn, we're dealing with our sense of authority. Okay, so who rules you? Do you rule yourself? Does somebody outside of you rule you? Does some higher being rule you? Or do you align with it, and do you move forward, and do you decide what is right and what is wrong, despite what the people who are telling you what is right and what is wrong is happening? So it's a little bit of a ponderous day. You can understand why it took me till noon to do this. I've really just been recuperating from the energies. It's really, really intense, and I haven't been sleeping well. And I'm a really good sleeper. So when I'm not sleeping well, it's not good. But I got a lot of rest last night, thank God. And I feel much better today, even though I'm not sure I look better. But I feel better. So I know you're a little worried that this came out so late. So I just wanted you to see me, to know that I was okay. and to explain this particular thing because I think it's important. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And check out my Moon Shadows with Ona. Check out my week ahead with astrology. And I'm going to be putting out either later today or in the next day or two the astrology of every sign for the year 2024. They're about 20 minutes long. I usually do that along with a tarot reading, but I'm just putting out the astrology, and you can check out your astrology for the year ahead because it promises to be quite a year. All right, guys, take care. Much love. Namaste.